Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is Aaron with Four Corners Magic. We're going to jump in and do a Brothers War draft here. Super excited. I have not gotten to do one of these in a little while, and hopefully we can put together something cool. Alright, so right here, our rare is fine. The dual lands are nice. Nothing is really jumping out other than this Bushwhack and the Overwhelming Remorse, mainly because they're removal spells. Unleash Shell has been good for me. It's not that great, but it's good. I think let's start off with this Bushwhack. It leaves us more open. I like the Battery Bearer and the Wing Commando as well for creatures. Alright, so here we have the Argivian Avenger. This guy can be pretty powerful. We also have a... what else do we have here? Tower Worker. The Vajali Excavation is good if you're in the ramp deck. I'm not sure what's going to be best here. My gut tells me to take the Excavation. Makes it easier to cast the larger creatures if we see them or get them. The Teething Wormlet could be nice for us. We've already got an Excavation, which gives us 3 artifacts. Scrap Trawler is nice to kind of reuse things. I'd like to try out this Teething Wormlet. Also, this Hulking Metaphor is pretty good. It's done work for me in the past, but I'd like to try the rare. Also, passing Disenchant. The Gurgling Anointer is pretty good. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, return another target creature card with mana value less than or equal to its power from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's not bad. I think we either want Gaia's Gift here or the Clear Cutter. They're both good, and they cut off, we're trying to cut off green to make sure we're the only player in green. Send a very strong signal. I wonder if the tinkering is better than it looks. The Thopter Mechanic is good. Moment of Defiance is good. Curate is good. Meekstone Subjugation is good. The Boulder Branch Golem is also very good. He just gains life. He's huge, hard to deal with. It seems crazy to pass like the mechanic though. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it. Alright, so we have some ramp, it looks like, with the Bushwhack. Well, I guess the Bushwhack's not really ramp, but the Clear Cutter. So we might be able to get to some bigger things if we wanted to take this Tower Worker. Curate's fine. The Honor Guard is okay. 3/1 ward. It wears, enchantments and artifacts well. You could also go with the Juggernaut. It's like another big target, but I think we'll take the Tower Worker. I think here it's a pretty clear shoot down. Haywire Might would be nice too, but I think getting the exile removal is going to be really nice. Alright, so we definitely sent a good signal for green. I want the Opportunist, but I think we want the Confrontation more. Just another removal spell. I think the Behemoth is good. If we had ways to get things into our graveyard. Let's take the Battery Bear. Kind of getting paid off for sticking to our guns. I think now we take the Colossus because we have so much ramp. Take the Stalwart. Is this a creature? Power Stone Fracture being here is really interesting. But I think let's take the flyer. Let's take the Curate. Firebomb is good. Oh wow, okay, so this is pretty neat. I bet we could splash this. What else are we playing? Giant Growth. Let's see if we can splash this. I think that would be fun. We're just kind of big dumb creatures right now. It's fine. Alright, so nothing too crazy here. Let's go ahead and take the Opportunist over the Prowler. Combat Courier is really strong because you can draw 2 cards off of it. It's kind of like a miniature draw spell. I've been really impressed with this card. I almost wonder if we want the Metaphor now that we have the ramp and we know that we want to be playing at least some amount of blue. I'm going to take the Metaphor. I think we're in a strong enough ramp strategy now with the Tower Worker and the Clear Cutter and the Excavation that we should be able to cast this for 9. It'll just be huge. This pick is not as easy. I think we just want a 3-mana 3/3. I don't think we're interested in pump spells. I guess we could be interested in Curate, putting things in the graveyard, cycling to find what we need. We'll just take the 3/3. Seen a couple of curates go. I think the Sprite is perfect. It's a good place for us to put all this mana. I don't know if we need the Vishali Archaeologist. You may put a non-creature, non-land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. Non-creature, non-land. That could help us find Bushwhack, our Firebomb, a number of other spells. Let's go ahead and take the Hoarding Recluse here. Another shoot down, and then we gotta focus again on the tower workers. This looks good. Oh. So far we're not getting there on the Great Worm. What does this do? Whenever this or another non-token artifact you control is put in, create a power token. I don't think we want that. Just take this desynchronize. Should be a pretty okay removal spell. I don't think we're playing the splitting the Power Stone, but if there was a deck for it, this might be it. Let's take the Coding. There's probably more upside to that. This is very nice. How are we doing on 2-drops? We don't have a lot. Curate coming back is nice. The Dig Site, actually, we're going to have a ton of power tokens. Cool. We did get another Curate. I don't think we need this. We will have all the desynchronize we could ever ask for. Alright, what is this? Beginning of your upkeep, strike 2. Whenever you choose to put one or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of your library. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with the Temporal Anchor. Yeah. Let's ramp into this. Let's see, we are passing Bobble, Evolving Wilds, Winged Commando would be good in our deck. Here, I guess a Rust Goliath. We may not play that though. We have a lot of cards to cut, which is a good problem to have. So far, it actually looks like we have quite a bit of synergy. I don't think we need or want any of these cards, which is a very good problem to have. The retrieval unit can kind of work as a creature to ramp us, to continue to ramp us. This counterspell's nice. but I think here we just want another aggressive 2-drop, and the Sprite is perfect. Maybe not aggressive, but a utility 2-drop. This creature's going to grow over the course of the game. So here, I think it's between the Combat Courier or the Subjugation. I think I'd like to have just more ways to draw cards. We have enough top end. That being said, now we have Stern Lesson, another Sprite, and a Winged Commando. The Stern Lesson makes me regret passing that counterspell. What's this? Seems very good. I'm okay with just the Stern Lesson though. I know that the Amulet is very strong. It's the first time seeing this go around this draft. Just take another Stalwart. Firebomb works with the Teething Wormlet. And works as a removal spell. I don't think we need to try to splash the giant worm thing. Let's just take another Tower Worker. Could do another Rock or Springleaf Drum. The drum is interesting. Helps us continue to ramp. I think I want the flyer. I don't think we need this. Oh, Scatter Ray did come around. Sweet. Alright, we have a very cool deck. We have a lot to cut. Alright. So, let's take out all the lands. We're going to sort by spells and creatures. And now we start trimming. I love all of our spells except for the Desynchronize. So this stone retrieval unit is interesting. Like, for example, we could go turn 1 Stalwart into turn 2 Sprite into turn 3 retrieval unit into turn 5 like Clear Cutter, or yeah. That would be probably our best curve, ending up at a 3/6. We definitely want to go bigger than that. I like how much flash the deck has. That way we can kind of play at instant speed. We can scatter ray one or two things. We still have to make 4 cuts. I don't think we need a large number of the tower workers because we're already going to have the clear cutter, so it's essentially like having 2 tower workers. The opportunist counts as a tower worker in a way. The battery bearer works really well. So maybe we don't even need the unit because the bearer will tap everything for mana. Alright, gotta make 7 more cuts. I'm gonna cut the curates. I guess we could play 16 lands because we have the bushwhack and the stalwarts. So we need to make 4 cuts. I don't want to cut too many of our big creatures, but I do think this depth charge Colossus is by far the worst. And we also want to ramp into this anchor. We want to find the anchor. So that finding the anchor makes me want to put in the curates. Do we need the rocks? Alright, hear me out. I don't think we need the rocks because almost all of our creatures are going to tap for mana if we have the bearer, and we don't really need to ramp from 5 to 7 as much as we need to ramp from, 3 to 10. Okay. Oops. So this would be 15 lands. I'd like to find one more cut here. I guess if we're cutting so from going to 5 to 9 with this is really good. Probably don't need a firebomb, but we are lacking removal. But it's by far our worst. Alright. I think that this is pretty good. I'm not sure what that was. Like a suggestion of cards. Alright, I'm gonna go down to 7 islands. And we will play the dig site. Alright, we said 16 lands. Okay. Seems good. Alright, let me know what you think of the deck. Would you have built something similar? Would you have cut something different? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate all this support. I have been extremely busy, as some of you know, opening Bitter Blossom Games. So right now I'm currently selling cards under the name Bitter Blossom Games on TCG Player. So if you'd like to support the store that way by ordering cards, you can go to TCG Player, search for a seller, and it's just Bitter Blossom Games. And that helps me bring the reality of a physical game store back to Cortez, Colorado, and helps, you know, grow the channel and things like that. I'm going to put a link to the store in the bio. And of course, there's a Patreon. We do booster pack giveaways. This month's giveaway is going to be a, let's see, no blocks here, is going to be a booster pack from Dominaria Remastered. So looking forward to that. And yeah, it's very exciting. I wish we could go and tap this creature for like a mana. But yeah, and of course the best way to support the channel for free is to like and share, and it's very, very helpful. I can't thank everyone enough for the support that I have seen. We're up against Cracker Jackin'. So far they're off to a fast start. Here's a tough pick for them. They're going to take one of our cards. Okay, they took the Tower Worker. I thought that they would have taken the Bushwhack for sure. Alright, so it has Death Touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. When an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Let's see, cancel. How much mana? 3, 4. We'll have 5 mana next turn, potentially. I'm not going to wait. We'll just start growing our Wormlet. Oh, I think we could actually fight this. I don't think we need to fight it. So now we have 5 mana on the field. So we can cast the Rust Goliath next turn if we wanted to as a 3/5. We don't really want to run out of like things to do here, but we want to keep growing our Wormlet and start attacking, I think. How do we want to tap our mana? Oh, okay, just 5. So if they block with the medic here, they risk us killing it, but I guess they don't care. So then we should not care. We don't want to throw away our only removal spell. Looks like their deck is meant to be a little more grindy. They did miss a land drop. Oh no, I apologize. No, they started off, so they did miss a land drop. That will help them get a land drop. If we kill the courier, then they can't use it to like draw a card. So I think we're gonna kill the courier. They don't have blue mana to bring it back. So they might have something for 1 red mana here. So I'm missing something. Or 1 white mana. So I'm not sure what the opponent's thinking about. I don't know if they're rage quitting because they haven't gotten any mana. Okay. So depending on where they put that card on top, so it's likely mana. So in that case, I'm still gonna fight the courier. So in limited, a lot of the time you want to take away your opponent's ability to draw cards and get an advantage. So perfect. They drew an Evolving Wild, so that actually isn't going to help them much this turn. So we still have a turn to kind of bring the pain. We can attack with the Sprite next turn and threaten pumping it up to a 4/4. We'll definitely take 1 here. Let's see, this is 7 mana, so we have 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have to leave back 1. We're actually hoping they just take the damage here so that we can put the counters on the Sprite during their turn. That way we're not tapped out. So I guess we actually won't be tapped out here. We'll still have access to the Wormlet. They topped another card, so at this point in the game they're probably looking for removal. So exile the top 3 cards of your library in a face-down pile, then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face-down pile. Look at the cards in each pile, then turn a pile of your choice face up. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put the pile in your hand and the other in your graveyard. You lose 3 life. It's pretty good right here, although they are under a lot of pressure. Cards like this, Fact or Fiction, Hostile Negotiations are kind of a mind game. Because, you know, they want to present me with 2 piles. One pile that that looks really nice. So they're showing me 2 removal spells and a swamp. So I'll just go ahead and give them whatever is not 2 removal spells. We're going to play the Opportunist first because it's going to create a token, making our Wormlet bigger. Let's attack with all these creatures because they can't kill them. I think we're gonna attack with the Clear Cutter because this is a free attack. So even though they get to block it, they can't use their 1/2 to block like one of our 4/4s. So potentially that bought us 4 damage. So they have 5 to 6 mana, depending on what kind of creatures. Or if they want to play an artifact. Alright. So this is great. Do we want to cast that first? That gives us a 5/5 Death Touch. The Sprite. Let's move to combat here first. Yeah, let's just take one of their creatures off the board. Not sure why we didn't use the Clear Cutter as mana, but that's fine. So we have 2 spells that remove that in our deck. I'm going to try a pretty aggressive attack here. So the reason for that aggressive attack is we should, with this ability, we should be able to find our exile spell. So we can release the sprite, and of course it leaves them dead on board to multiple creatures. So we have multiple draws and multiple creatures. They cast that for its 3 mana? Alright, we'll put both those on the bottom. Alright, good game, crackerjacking. The deck looked fine. I wouldn't say it was like, you know, crazy the way it played out, but let's keep it the way it is. Keep going. We sure did ramp. Would have been nice if we saw a card draw spell, so maybe we actually want to try getting a curate in the deck. Alright, so I'm going to keep this hand because we go first. We have the Opportunist into Confrontation, and then the Rust Goliath. We can actually go Opportunist into Goliath, because this ramps us from 3 to 4 to 5. Check out this crazy thing. We're up against Aragon. It's a great name. Go ahead and play our forest first. Play an island. We want our second forest before we want our second island. Okay, interesting timing on the paratrooper. So a 3/5 reach looks really good right here. Actually hopeful that we draw something better to do with our mana so that we can play this later as a 10/10. Okay. I'll take a sprite. We don't currently need to kill the paratrooper. Reason, we have the Rust Goliath coming down later. We want to preserve our removal for something that matters. I was sick. This little guy has some karate moves. Alright, so they can take our Rust Goliath or our removal spell. And that is fine with me. Do we care about that? Yeah, so it's going to deal us 6 damage before we have a chance to deal with it. So it would deal us 2 this turn, we'd grow this to a 4/4, deal us 2 again, and then we'd get to fight it. So I guess that was representing 4 damage. But we can spend 2 mana to prevent 4 damage. That's fine. The dig site is nice here. They don't have any mana up, so let's just go ahead and make our guy a 4/4 and smash. So one thing we want to consider is potentially killing the ambusher, the paratrooper. Now we don't have to because we'll just kill the Drake. So they put that on the bottom. They're not even going to attack. Alright, no block. So we could dig site 3. We could dig site, sprite, and confrontation. So let's go 2, 3. We'll surveil in the middle of combat because we're cool that way. Now they have to deal with 2 sprites. So far this deck is really good at emptying its hand completely. Alright, so let's go to combat. They'd have to double block. They decided to double block. Alright, let's go to combat. We'll just create some power stones. If we had 1 more mana, we could Stern Lesson. I guess we could have Stern Lesson first, looking for mana. That probably would have been stronger play. Oh no. So, up against 2 Orzhov decks in a row. Alright, let's play our Teething Wormlet. After the Wormlet resolves, we'll go ahead and Stern Lesson now to grow the Wormlet, and we should get another mana so that we can pump up one of our sprites. So we have 6. We need to get to 7. Oh no. Alright, well I guess we won't get to 7, so we'll just attack with our 6/6. So they should really block with the Vanguard and then sacrifice it to the Thraxodemon. Alright, another Lauren's Escape player. Is this card good? I mean, it's fine, right? Alright, so they get a blocker. Let's go ahead and surveil. I mean, we can cast that, but I don't think we need that right now. We're in such a commanding position. They should really attack with their Vanguard. I think that's a good attack. Okay. So we are going to play this here. Makes our Wormlet bigger, so that they would have to double block to kill it. 1, 2, 3. We don't have enough mana to pump either of our sprites, so we will not attack. I'm sorry, we will not worry about playing out our land. We don't need to represent something we can't do. Alright, with this block, they choose death. Alright, that was a good game against Aragon. I must note we are in the bronze tier, so maybe some of these players are newer to the game, but competition is competition. We're up against Paper Pastor. I think this is a solid hand. This looks like every hand. 1 drop, 2 drop, epic confrontation. They have cool lands. No blocks. Alright, so here they are representing that they could have like a counterspell. I'm gonna just play out the sprite. There we go. Wow, these lands are nice. Man, every single one of our opponents has played this Gix's Caress on turn 3. Wonder if they're going to take one of our 2 removal spells or our expensive tapper. So I'm going to go ahead and bushwhack this now. Same reason as before, we want to prevent our opponent from drawing a card. depending on what they play this turn, we will sacrifice our courier. Guess that's fine. Alright, so they didn't play anything. I don't want to lose what little board position I have. So it's pretty obvious here we're going for a turn 6 clear cutter. Now they want an artifact card. Springleaf Drum is a good one. We can attack into their Scrapsmith. If they choose to block, we'll just draw a card. Wow, so they're doing this to deal 1 damage, they're not going to draw a card? Huh, okay. What a interesting play. Guess we'll just continue to hold up drawing a card with our courier if they can deal with it. If they play something that blocks it really well. Alright, you may tap an untapped artifact you control. If you do, draw a card. Create 2 1/1 Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. They gain haste until end of turn. Wow, you get an emblem with artifact creatures you control, get +1/+1. Okay. It's pretty good.
I'm a tough opponent. Win or lose, it'll be a thrilling fight.
That was fun. I hope you guys got to hear that. So depending on what they do with Saheeli here, that is what we care about.
What? Like making masterpieces is hard?
So they have haste. They're not going to attack with them, which indicates to me they want to block. So if they want to block, we don't want to sacrifice our courier yet. We have 7 mana, so we can wait on the Rust Goliath. So here I'm fine with losing the courier if they want. Yep. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and cast this guy. So we should be able to get this back from our graveyard, kill Saheeli, and draw a card next turn. Or we also have 10 mana, we can just slam this Rust Goliath. If they have open mana, we might not want to do that. If they have a counter spell. Looks like they may have removal. This is insane. Alright, what's that do?
I know exactly what the metal wants to be.
Alright, I'm glad we drew this now.
So sad to see art go to waste.
Alright, this was not the best turn. I could have just killed Sahili with one of those and hit them for 3, but that's fine. I think we're in a commanding lead. Wow, they attacked. I mean, I'm happy to trade damage here. No longer happy. Interesting. No attacks. I think we have way better hits in our deck. We want to play out our mana because we have more sprites, and we've got that is not great. Why does it have lifelink? Oh, they drew 2 turns. They'll do that every... Alright. Wow. Alright, let's trade off. Oops. I wonder if they knew that I could do that. Okay. They have been kind of mana starved, so let's see if they attack us for 5. No blocks. We can block with our 1/1 if we need to later in the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we had like hidden pump up the sprite. I guess I don't mind trading creatures here. They can't block the sprite, so we want to keep our sprite alive, of course. That is a threat. I really, really wish we could draw something other than land. Okay, go ahead. They're gonna draw more cards. So let's see, we could draw our spider, we could draw our giant artifact thing. Okay. They don't have a pump spell, so let's pass to blockers. This was a bad attack in my opinion. That is very good. And I think that is better. Oh, we're at 6? Okay. So we probably need to cast this. Let's attack them. See if they want to attack their warplow into our sprite. They draw 2 cards again. They can't draw 2 cards. So now I think they do attack. Now that they've flooded the board with creatures, I think they definitely attack here. Yep. Yeah. Just kill the warplow now, get it over with. They have 8 cards in library, we have 14. Jeez. Okay. I think we're safe to pass the turn here. Okay. They sure can draw cards. Like they'd have to draw 2 removal spells to win this turn. It's not unlikely. They have 5 cards left in library. They've seen a lot more cards than us. We can exile the War Plow. We probably take 1 this turn. We take 0 this turn. I mean, okay, good. For a second I thought it said no blocks. Oh, it did. Okay. Good deal. Very good. Up against the red deck, no blocks. Solid. See, we don't want either of those. Let's go ahead and surveil. This is insane. Alright, thank goodness. So we just want to stay alive. Can we even stay alive? Not really, because we took that damage we didn't need to take. Sick. What happens if I kill that? They still have lethal. Alright, so we have to play this so that we can gain some life, so that we can take some damage. Alright. Are we waiting on them? Let's go ahead with no attacks. I think we're just kind of waiting for them to mill out. See, if we did not surveil in our upkeep there, we would have just drawn the lands. Oh wow, okay. They actually might mill out. Alright. We just block the big guys. I'm not sure if they're giving up or what they're doing here. We block that, we take 5, 6, 7. I mean, we don't need to mess around. Heck, maybe they'll just sacrifice their combat courier to draw 1 card and die. Alright, they did. What a neat game. Alright, we are 3-0. Alright, into round 4 we go. Looks like we have a strong hand. We get to start off. We get a 1-drop into a 2-drop, hold up counterspell, and then removal. Alright. Opponent is ramping as well. We could just play a metamorph of the sprite, or we could just miss this land drop, hold up the counter. I think I just want to keep going. Let's see if they want to trade some creatures. No? Okay. It's just in the turn. I think we want to play our clear cutter larger than it is. When this enters, create a tapped power token. I think it's fine to just counter whatever they try to play here. Thopter. I don't think we care about that thing. Alright, that's a good combat trick. Okay, I'm drawing a land OP. We're at 5. My God. Alright, what can we do here? This doesn't have trample, so let's see. We can play a 1-1 and a 2-2. And then we can chump, take 2. Let's see. Eat, chump, eat, trade. And they've got 2 1-1s, a flyer, and a 3-3 still. So then what? Trade. What happens if we don't kill that? We just 2 force. Alright, I think we have to play more. Dang, so we got just a little too aggressive with this one. Good game. That'll do. That will do. Alright, let's see. Is there anything we can do here? That's 4. Yeah. Good game, Colossal Breadma. Crushed us. Well, shucks. Last game we drew all of our lands. This last game, the game prior to this, we drew almost all of our lands. This game we only drew 3. Could have played our 1-3 out sooner. That would have stemmed the bleeding. Or killed the flyer sooner as well. That 2-3 was impressive. The one that untapped when you draw or play a spell 5 or greater, I believe. So let's see, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that all of the previous videos just disappeared. This hand looks great. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 5 drop. We're up against Bonky. So if you remember any of my past content and you'd like me to hit upon any of those things again, please let me know in the comments. You know, I typically go over draft strategy, so it's what's important to me. Alright. Let's just play the sprite. Just thinking if I want to trade here. I'll go ahead and take 3 this time. So if they attack again, I will block with the Opportunist. Okay, for a second I was like, what? We don't have double green? We do have double green. So we have 10 mana next turn. We can play our 10/10. Hopefully they tap out again. If they don't tap out, that's fine. We'll just grow the sprite. And we'll wait for an opportunity where we can play our Rust Goliath as a 10/10. Okay. They played that as a 6-mana 4/4. It's not bad. Sure isn't a 10/10. Cracked myself up there. I don't know why. It was not funny at all. We can put it on top. Alright, so they only have one blue untapped, so let's just kill their guy. Alright, they concede. Alright, good game, Bonky. Ranking on up through the bronze. Bronze tier 1. Alright, we are 4-1. Let's see, just 3 more games to get the trophy. We're up against Power Ranger Rosa. Hand looks good. We have a 3-mana 3/3 that is going to become more of a threat as the game goes on. We have one of our best cards. Just need to draw some islands. Oh no. That's okay. All right. Trying to decide here, if we play the tower worker next turn, if we draw land, we can let's just play the hoarding recluse and not attack. Okay, that looks good. Let's attack for 7. Alright, we have 2 ways to remove prison sentence. Talked about that in game 1. I think we continue the pressure, attack for 3. Alright, looks like they've got probably the best rarity you can draft. Oh, that has reach. Interesting. Alright, OP's at 5. Alright, let's just exile that. No attacks. So notably, they didn't tap out of their ability to pump all their dudes. They're aware. Alright, let's just sit back. Four is pretty good on this board. See, we want to keep playing our lands. I think we trade while we can. We have so many good draws. That is not one of our good draws. Come on. One island. We have a way to remove the prison sentence again. We have a 10-10. We have huge things. There we go. Alright, I think if we can get one turn with the temporal anchor, we'll be good. We don't want them to draw like any artifact removal. Could be the end of us. Alright, we have 12 mana, so we can play both. So that's why we put both on the bottom of our library. Or sorry, Alright, that's why I guess what I was trying to say is that's where we're playing out all of our lands so that we can play our bigger, better things um, when we cast the Temporal Anchor. So no attacks. Next turn we attack with our 10/10, and then we play this 6/5, gain 6 life. Seems good. Alright, let's attack with the 10/10. Wow, okay. 3, 4, 5. Kill everything of any value. Like, I guess we let them keep their 4/4 and their 1/4. Alright, we'll pass the turn here. So I don't think that we can really overdraw. Alright, let's go with a 7/7 Argorthian Sprite. I'm happy to attack for 6. I can double block. I guess they can bring that back from the graveyard, which isn't great. So we can grow our Sprite though. And I think we grow the smaller Sprite and then the bigger one. We will need removal for that. Let's see, we're about to draw 3. Yeah, let's just put them both on the bottom. I mean, are we even... We're not worried about this thing at all. Alright, so then let's just wait. Let's go to combat. Let's pump up the jam. We could do it again, or we could play another creature. Let's just pump up the jam again. Alright, so they're dead on board. And they scoop it up. Good game. Maybe this deck is just insane. Alright, 2 rounds to go before we get a trophy. Hopefully we can get a sweep on these last 2. The good old 7-1. I actually have not gotten to draft this format in paper very much, which is sad. Yeah, I can only think of like 3 times that we've drafted in paper. So hopefully we'll be able to draft some more here out in the shops in Durango, Colorado, and Farmington. Of course, whenever I can actually get the physical building and Bitter Blossom opened up, we'll do all sorts of drafts. We'll do flashbacks, paper drafts. I hope that everyone can come check it out. Alright. I think this is a keep. We can play both of our 2 drops. When we hit our 3rd land, we get a 3 drop. And we also have 2 4 drops. So I think this is a pretty solid hand here. We don't even have to give any information away. We can play our dig site first. Let's see, it's good to see our opponent not have like a 1 drop. The 2-1 is pretty good, but we don't have to worry about that now that we've drawn our 3rd land. We can take 2, play a 3-3. So they're thinking about whether or not they want to attack. No attacks. It's not bad. So I do want to attack. I think we are the aggressor since we are missing land. Okay. Now they're deciding if they're going to block. No block. Alright. So I wonder if they knew if they were going to block or not. So if they weren't going to block, I would have just waited to String Lesson until afterwards. One more land and we are cruising. See our other good draws. There's the 3/2 that enters with Power Stone. That would be nice right now. Happy to see Prison Sentence. So we know they don't have counter magic up. So we've both had pretty good starts here. They went 2-drop, 3-drop. We went 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. We draw a land here, we can start growing our Sprite. Beautiful. Just want to make sure that this isn't just gonna use all of our mana. Draw a card. That is awesome. I think we can cast this too. Oh, that's why. Okay, can't use any of its activated abilities. Got it. Alright, we can't attack, so Ryan Strobel just needs to approve of himself taking his next turn. Solid. I think I'm happy to attack with our 6/5. They'd have to trade 2 creatures or chump. And we'll play up we'll play the Sprite. Sorry, I changed my mind. What we're going to do is tap everything to grow our Sprite, depending on what they do. Like, they can do a large attack here if they want. Okay. What do we want to do here? Like, now our trade's still good. It's just Air Marshal and the Sentinel. And then grow the grow the Sprite again. kind of keep that up. Oh, okay, so they skipped over the sprite, so that's fine. That's a good block. Yeah, let's just end the turn here. See what they do. Grow the sprite, of course. We just had a little more mana. Let's just play out 2 more pieces of mana here. Courier, Recluse. Pass the turn, get ready for a big combat. They might kill our battery bear here. Oh, I guess they could kill the Recluse too. If they put that on the stack, we can sacrifice the Courier to draw a card. Okay, that's fine. Let's just make a huge Recluse. Yeah, that feels good. Next turn, we bring the pain. We'll start by Stern Lessening to draw some cards, play a land, kill their cavalry, attack for a lot. See, is there anything we're nervous that they could have? I guess that flyer. What happens if we attack? They can blow up 3 creatures. I think... Man, it's so weird. We need to just keep growing our mana.
Yeah, when my first thing that's scheduled in was been confirmed for the 8th, and the next thing we have isn't confirmed. It still says tentative, so we'll see, I guess. Yeah.
So I think they have to blow up our 4/4s now.
Very difficult.
I don't think they can wait any longer. If we draw land, we just exile 2 of their creatures.
After it warmed up, it started getting heavier, so I'm certainly looking at the need to shovel later, but no, it's pretty
Oh
cool.
my.
Snowfall is really big.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll send you a short video of how this was bunny hopping around.
I'm gonna wait one more turn here.
Yeah,
I didn't
so,
realize that
like
they did that before we went to attack. Yeah, you won't have time for that, my friend.
Yeah, so we're gonna be here for what we're gonna say she kind of made it sound like she's gonna host a reading for the Your Sagosi staff, so she can share what's gonna happen when your has questions. I think that will happen either, but I don't know. Yeah, just square flags looking in.
This is so strange. Alright, we're gonna pass the turn again. Just grow the sprite, the other sprite. Alright.
Right, exactly. Hopefully like I mentioned earlier, things that I have valid reason to be anxious about. Doesn't help.
Oh my god. It's CMC4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Like I said, well, time. Comparing this clear idea of
Man, I bet that hurts. They put so much mana into that.
Seem to matter when the deck external voice inside is louder and near and very doubtful.
Alright, I think we just
Takes a lot of
we can kill them here.
yeah.
Let's just draw some cards to see if we get one more removal spell. So we have so many in the deck. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's go to combat.
Physiological symptoms do seem to be getting better. Without the possible side effects, this might be a rough break. My dizziness seemed too low for the threshold. Seem to be experiencing.
Good game, Ryan. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's going in a good direction at least.
Alright, moving on to the boss level.
Still feeling good about it. Let's see. Karen on Friday. So.
Huh, that last match was very interesting. I thought the blast zone would kill the spider as well, but it didn't. Bigga boga bugga. Alright, we cannot keep this hand. We can keep this hand. We're gonna put back the removal spell. Let's go to combat. So if they attack here, we'll just take the 2. Because next turn we're playing a 1-3, most likely. Oh no. Alright, I think here I just want to draw a land. Because while they're missing land drops, we don't want to miss land drops. Alright, they got their 3rd land drop. Alright, I'm glad. Let's just keep playing out our stuff. Alright, no blocks. Let's see. We're 2 mana away from casting this as a 7/7. Hopefully the music hasn't been too loud this entire time. Alright, so I suspect a combat trick here. It's okay. Just want to get the Warlord off the board if we can. Oh, you know, we could have cast our 7/7 with that. We still can. Holy cow. And they have nothing? They have stone nothing? Alright, let's get our defenses out. Man, if they draw a land, we are screwed. They drew a land. I think we're screwed. Yeah, because they have a really big attack. We can only kill one creature. Alright. They're playing scared. Appreciate you. Alright, let's cast the anchor. And then let's tap this for 7 mana. Actually, let's not. What? Alright, if we can live one more turn, I think we got this. They got a flyer. Oh no. Alright, we need something with reach. We have a lot of creatures and things in the deck with reach. That will not do it. That's land. Alright, I think we attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Yeah, we drew a card. Okay. That's fine. We're drawing 3 cards a turn. We should be able to pull this off. They can make their paratrooper a 4/5. That's what you did? Okay, okay. Alright. So hand dump. We have to kill the paratrooper. That will help. It's not enough though. We need a creature with reach or shoot down. There we go. Let's start by killing the paratrooper. Four, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Let's see, if we just gain 3 life, we go to 5. We take 4, go to 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, bother. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright. That's enough. So we get to live at 1. Oh, we're dead. Shucks. Alright, we have one more game. One more. Alright, going into the final round up against Lucifer. Let's see, opponent goes first. We have a very slow start, but a very strong late game here. Man, what do we do if this is like a very, very aggressive opponent? Man, I cannot pitch this hand. It's too good. We just have to hope that they are not super aggressive. They're super aggressive. Alright, we can block. No blocks. Alright. Pass the turn. We're going to use up all of our mana. Discard an island here. We can make a 3/3. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the best possible thing we can do. Our opponent's missing land drops, so I think let's put them on the back foot. Cast a blocker. Alright, they got their land drop. They did not attack. That's amazing. Should have cast this first. That's okay. The guy has Death Touch now. Okay. We can like secretly grow our wormlet and then kill them out of nowhere. Gain control of that thing, okay. Attack for 8. Well, I don't think we need this guy any longer. Let's continue to grow the wormlet. Yeah. This card's busted. Like, really good. Alright. Now our sprite attacks through their 5/3 next turn. We have another sprite to play. Again, I don't mind blocking. We don't need that many lands. We are going to play the forest. Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. Okay, so you don't even have to play it that turn. Huh. Insane. The value. Alright, let's cast this thing. Gain a bunch of life. Play this guy. Attack for 2 death touch. Alright. Let's put something back. Our own sprite. I guess we could have cast the sprite and the opportunist there. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. These are better. So let's start with shoot down. Come back! Opponent, come back! I wanted to kill you with my creature damage. Alright, well, this deck turned out to be pretty good. Super excited about this. Yeah, turns out ramping into huge things and having the temporal anchor is good. It's good enough. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me for the games. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave down a comment below. Leave a comment down below about what you thought of the deck. Would you have built something different? Did you see any major misplays? Let me know. And again, if you'd like to support the channel, please check out my TCG Player store, Bitter Blossom Games, and if you'd like, become a patron. Patrons do have access to my monthly drawing. This month, not to repeat myself too much, but this month we are doing a Dominaria Remastered booster pack. I'm super excited. I'll be opening that in one of the later episodes. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night.